What's good, listeners? I know this is quite the change of environment. I am here on vacation, but you know me, anytime I get the opportunity to work, network, and connect with someone who is dope, I gotta do it. So I'm in the beautiful city of Northridge, California, here shooting an episode of Stay Busy with Armon Sadler, where we have responsible discussions on the music business and the music culture, but we tap in with creatives who do everything. We're not limited here. The range is limitless. Now, before I get into who my guest is, you know I got to introduce myself. For those who are not aware, my name is Armon Sadler. I am the host of this show. I am the founder of Bald Nigga Ballers. I am the Sultan of Short King Spring. Eventually, people are going to call me those titles too. I'm manifesting that, and so for now, I'm just going to condition you guys. I'm going to keep saying it so you get it in your head. But introduce my guest. I'm here with someone who is incredibly talented. We connected through Twitter, and he showed me a lot of love. And it's always like really dope when someone who doesn't know you from a hole in the wall is just like identifies that you do dope things, and they support you. Retweets, comments, love, all that. And the love goes both ways. Now, this brother, among many things, he's a comedian. His nickname is Rob, just joking. But he attended Indiana University, Bloomington, and graduated with an individualized major in stand-up comedy. He's been an executive producer of Empty Bottle Chronicles podcast and on-air personality for Erica Media. Currently, he is the tour manager for Buren Records, creative director of Get Busy Streetwear, and founder and creator of You Had to Be There, a pop-up gaming event, and we're going to get into all those details. Honored to be here with my guy, Rob Sherrell. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling real good, man. Feeling real good. Thanks for having me. I'm honored, man. I've been following your podcast and your work for a while now, like
Thank
you
you.
said. And, you know, yeah, you do dope stuff.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot. Thanks for having us in your beautiful home, man. This is poolside interview. I'm feeling like we opened up the budget, the big budget here. So.
No problem, man. I'm gracious to have you.
Of course.
Thank you for supplying the tequila.
Oh yeah. We're always powered by Terramana here at Stay Busy. Terramana, if you want to send that sponsorship, we ready for it.
It's in the bottles.
I'm gonna have to call Dwayne the Rock Johnson. You know what I'm saying? I know he's involved with Terramana. We'll get it figured out.
I know that.
Yeah. That's his tequila. Okay. But you, man. So let's take it from the beginning. So you mentioned you went to Indiana University. Talk about the process that went into deciding to go there and the process in individualizing your own major in stand-up comedy. I've never heard of anyone who majored in stand-up comedy before.
Well, I am one of the, if not the first person to ever do that. Do it my way.
Right.
I just wanted to go to IU because a girl I was dating. That's honestly.
That's how it be sometimes.
I swear, I wanted to go to Ball State in Indiana. And that might be something I've never said in an interview before, but I was originally supposed to go to Ball State. Pretty much all 4 years of high school, that's where I wanted to go, that's where I planned to go. And then the girl I was dating senior year was like, I'm going to IU. I was like, motherfucker, I'm going to IU too.
There it is.
I can cuss on here, right?
Yeah, you good, man.
Yeah, I was like, bitch, I can go to IU. I was like, no, I'm going to IU too. And I literally turned my intent to enroll like the day before it was due, and I was like, I'm going to IU.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it. Once I got to IU and saw the campus and everything, it was amazing. And of course, me and the girl that I was talking to, we didn't last. It never does. It's straight out of high school. But,
it happens, man.
I'm glad that she pushed me to make that decision because it was one of the best in my life. Now the stand-up comedy major, ooh-wee. That was something different.
Yeah.
So when I got to IU, I was originally majoring in law and policy, political science.
Okay.
But I was doing stand-up at the time, currently, like around that time in my life, I was doing a lot of stand-up, telling a lot of jokes, hitting the clubs, the mics, and I decided that I wanted to change. I realize this about myself now, like looking back, I realize it now, is that I don't like to work on things or do things that I'm not passionate about. Like, I only do shit that I like to do.
I hear that.
And I wanted to change my major. And I wanted to combine my love of comedy with academic study. And so I found out that my university had an individualized major program. And I pitched to them, I was like, hey, I want to major in stand-up comedy. And at first they thought I was out of my fucking mind. Like they thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
They said it couldn't be done. It hadn't been done before at that time. And I was like, I know it sounds wild. Let me do this. Just let me do this. And so I developed the entire curriculum. Like from the ground up, from scratch, like taking courses in already existing major programs, existing schools of study at the university, and combining them into something comedy related. Yeah. And along with that, I also built and developed my own classes too. Like some classes I taught myself and taught others too. So
That's
it was
dope.
a very wild learning experience. But the university kind of like they loved me for it because you know, I was the first person to do it that way, and you know, it essentially launched my, I guess, it launched me into the entertainment industry, like working on all these different projects and working with different artists and different groups and different creatives. Like that was my beginning to it all, because right after that, it was like a hailfire maelstrom of just stuff that happened. Like Kevin Hart reached out. I got to connect with him.
Wow.
Like back in the day about like, because he was coming to our university to do a show.
Yeah.
So one of my friends, her name is Sade. Shout out Sade if you're watching this.
Shout out Sade.
Sade was like, you should do a social media campaign, a Twitter campaign to meet him when he comes here. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I did a hashtag Rob Meets Kev. We did that shit for 37 days.
Wow.
And this nigga did not reach out for any of them days. Any of them days. And I was like, okay, this nigga don't give a fuck. And so he don't care. But at the very end of the campaign, the day before the show, he tweets me and is like, hey, I've been seeing all your tweets. I want to meet you when I get there, like hashtag Rob Meets Kev. And then the day of the show, I was getting my hair cut and his people reached out. I don't know how they got my number.
Wow.
Do not know how they got my number. But they reached out and was like, Kev wants to meet you. Here are the instructions to meet like before the show.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was like everybody, a lot of people gave me, you know, they didn't give me the sauce because like, I would ask everybody the same question, like these celebrities, same question. These higher ranking people, and even not in comedy, like in different fields, the same question. Like, you know, how do you do it? And I realized they would all give me kind of like the runaround. They wouldn't give me how to do it. They would just give me like a hint towards it.
Yeah.
You know, like you ain't got to do it like this, but you could hit it like that. So yeah, I got to meet Kev, Gerard Carmichael, who was extremely talented. We did Huffington Post Live together, and then when he did a show in my college town, he invited me backstage. We talked for a couple hours. Really, really, really smart, genuine, funny dude. He wanted and he just dropped a new special on HBO. So
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome.
comedy career at that time in my life was pretty wild.
Now, the decision to go into comedy, I grew up watching Chappelle's show. I grew up enjoying Steve Harvey, Bernie Mac, and I'm like, oh, like I could probably try comedy. I could be okay with it. I've never done it. And so for you making that leap, like who were some people that you watched that inspired you, and then what was that choice like to like decide I'm gonna do my first stand-up set, and like how did the first stand-up set go?
I guess at that time when I was first beginning out, my biggest influences was Louis C.K. Now this is before I learned that he was, you know, pulling his dick out. And doing crazy
you
stuff
know,
with
it happens. A lot of these people disappoint us.
Yeah. That was it was Louis C.K. at that time. Huge fan of Eddie. I wasn't more of a stand-up fan, but I would watch a lot of his movies.
Okay,
I was a younger adult at that time. Bernie Mac, number one, because I used to watch the Bernie Mac show every day.
Me too. Yeah.
After school.
Yes.
Back when it was on
mandatory.
UPN.
Yep.
Was on
UPN. Yeah.
Bernie Mac show.
It was like 3 or 4 p.m. I'm trying to remember. On the East Coast.
Like right after you get off the bus.
Walk
back
in,
home school.
grab a snack, Bernie Mac show.
Dun, yeah. And then, you know, Chappelle. But I had a lot of comedy favorites.
Yeah.
And as I got older around that time, like I started to watch Kevin Hart's rise. And so, you know, him reaching out and giving me some advice.
That's amazing.
And meeting out was, you know, good on him. Good on him.
Absolutely.
But that first show, it wasn't the greatest. But I felt like I'd always been like naturally funny, you know, like, you know, a naturally funny dude. So that first show, where was I? So I grew up in the Nation of Islam.
Okay.
It was a talent show that our mosque had put on back then, and we just, you know, they were like, you know, what are you gonna do, Rob? And I was like, I guess I do stand up, you know, in front of all these, you know, religious people. So we're gonna see how this goes. And you know, they laughed and stuff, and somebody was like, you know, it wasn't that great, which is not a good thing to hear, but they were like, you should keep doing it, keep doing more. And so I would do more shows, more open mics, and until like people in my hometown of Indianapolis would, you know, they would see me everywhere. Like I'd be going to all the different clubs and all the different open mics to sharpen my craft.
Yeah. So how would you describe your humor? Like some comedians will talk about themselves, some will talk about their family, some will talk about politics and the world and all this crazy stuff. So there's like a lot of different routes you can go in being funny. And you mentioned you just feel like you're naturally funny. So do you feel like you're like dark humor, dad jokes, like clever humor? Like, what's your vibe?
Nah.
What can people seeing a Rob set, kind of come to expect?
It would be a lot of dark comedy. It would be a lot of dark comedy, but also situational. And I would just talk about life. I would talk about me. I would talk about my experiences because I feel like I go through some pretty funny shit.
Yeah.
And one of my best jokes, I swear it never failed. One of my best jokes that I ever did was I would tell people, I was like, hey, everybody, thanks you all for coming, give it up for my dad in the back. He came all this way, and everybody was like, clap, oh. And I'd be like, I made y'all look, he's not back there. And I'd be like, I don't know where he's at.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know where he's at.
That's crazy.
I was like, he could be here. I don't know. He could have showed up. He could have showed up at the show tonight.
That's funny.
But I was talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
My dad wasn't in my life as a kid growing
yeah.
up, so it was like these are real, true things. I don't know where he's at, but haha.
That's a good one. You would make me feel bad if I was in the crowd. And, like,
that's
you did
the
that.
goal.
That's
like
genius.
everyone that grew up with a father in their life,
Yeah.
free
Privileged
drink,
ass
free drink on
motherfuckers.
y'all. Exactly.
So you mentioned earlier that comedy offered you the opportunity to kind of get your foot in the door with regards to other entertainment. Like I said before, you're a tour manager for a music group, and you're streetwear designer. And then
the best, I won't even say up and coming, the best rap collective in the game right now, Buren Records.
Talk your shit. Tell us why.
Hey,
let's hear it.
Dog. Like, when I first found out about these guys, I immediately, you can just see when an artist has staying star power.
Yeah.
That's what I saw immediately when I heard about these guys. Their manager, their day-to-day manager, their actual manager, is worked on the Happy Place project with me in Boston. I hired him to be our project manager for the tour there. And so I got to know him more, I got to know his artists more, and the talent is relentless. The direction is relentless. Like, these guys don't know how to quit being good. And it's not like, it's not like you hear some of your friends, your homies, and you like, oh yeah, you're gonna be the next big thing, you're gonna be next up. And which a lot of times you do, but like, I'm not bullshit when I say this. These guys are amazing. They're Bad for Press, their first project all together as a group came out a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was like April 15th, I think it was. Yeah, maybe April 15th. But came out last year. I would see the streams racking up week by week, just racking. I'm like, people are listening to these guys.
Yeah.
And so when I first heard about them back in 2018, I had met Felix through their manager. And their manager's name is Rashid. Shout out Rashid. I'd met Felix, and then I started to learn more about everybody in the group and just how the group was growing and expanding. Ricky and Shelby and Luke and I'm not gonna name all of y'all because it's like 13 of y'all niggas. But I learned about the whole group and just how tight knit they were, how much they repped Brockton, their city, and they're talented. Like regardless of how good the story is of an artist, the story can only take you so far.
Yeah, the music's got to be good, man. The music's got to be good. That pushes everything. That's amazing.
Their videos, I think that's something that's slept on a lot, is that their videos are top notch. Like some of the best music videos for a group of their size and their caliber I've seen. And so when it came time to work with them, I was like, I want to work with these guys. Like, I would not stop bugging Rashid. I was like, I want to work with you guys. I'll do whatever y'all need. I'll do anything. And so, I've been touring and working in touring and music touring for the last 5 years or so. And when it came time to be like, hey, we need somebody that's gonna, I can't say what they got going on or whatever, but when it comes time to stuff starts to break and get big, and that time is coming soon, we're gonna need somebody to help handle that for us. And I was like, I got you. I'll do whatever y'all need.
Now, can you talk to our listeners about what the responsibilities of a tour manager are?
Oh man. All right, so okay. So you got your artist manager, your day-to-day. These people handle like the big picture stuff, the deals, helping steer creative direction, the marketing directions, all this stuff, album rollouts, collaborations, everything. But the tour manager comes on when things are starting to move around, when the group is starting to move around different venues. So you're coordinating with venues. It's a huge thing. Helping with on sales, helping with the logistics side is huge, because people don't realize that, regardless of the group size, like Van Buren is like, 13 dudes.
Yeah.
So it's coordinating travel for all these people,
right?
Their support staff. So if they have if they have wardrobe that's traveling with them, if they have stylists traveling with them, if they have choreographers traveling with them, if they have camera guys traveling with them, like working out travel for all these people, coordinating with venues, sending over tech packs, what their venue requires, like I guess technically or electronically as far as their music equipment goes. It's just a lot of logistics, keeping everything in line and on one stream and one path, and relaying that with the group and relaying that with their management team. And I've had the privilege of doing that for a Live Nation company called Faculty Management, under the Artist Nation, which is under the Live Nation. It's like these corporate umbrellas. But doing that with other artists and clients and learning from them and working with different groups and going on the road and going on tours. And I was like, I want to take the stuff that I've learned from these guys and I want to apply it to you. Because, and Van Buren. And what I feel like a lot of creatives miss out on is that you got to realize when you're working for these large corporations in these spaces, you have to take what you learn and you have to reapply it to something that will affect your people, that'll help your people, your friends, your homies. Because I was learning so much stuff over these years, and I was like, there's no way I can just be learning this for me. No way. I got too many friends. Too many friends that are also artists, that are also musicians, that are also touring, for me to not give out this secret sauce. Because when you get to working for these larger companies, it's like a lot of the stuff you don't learn, you don't pick up. And I'll do whatever I can to pass the information on.
Absolutely. So that's important. That's important. Obviously you're a very well-dressed dude. I know you're a creative director for Get Busy Streetwear as well. Talk about how you got involved with that, what that experience has been like.
Well, I stole the name from you, from Stay Busy.
There's alignment there. There's a partnership. We got to figure something out. It's right there. Right there.
The collab is coming. But I got started with that during the pandemic, man. Like right when the pandemic first started, when I was furloughed from my job at Faculty Management, and like I had so much free time in my hands, and just like you, I like to stay busy. I can't. An idle mind makes for weak or weary hands.
There you go.
So I have to work and I have to tinker with whatever I'm doing. So I've always been a fashion dude. I've always been into streetwear like my entire life, and I decided to take a chance. Was like, I guess I'll teach myself how to design clothes, how to make something and sell something and tell stories. So Get Busy is a streetwear company, but it's interactive capsule collections. So whatever we drop comes with something else that you can see, touch, taste, smell, or hear.
Oh, shit.
So whatever piece you buy, be it a hoodie or a t-shirt or a hat or whatever, it's going to come with something else to tell a fuller story, to give a better experience. And I wanted to do it that way because I didn't feel like there was anybody in that lane focusing on that type of design when it comes to fashion and when it comes to streetwear. And I would buy from a lot of brands, a lot of big brands, smaller brands, but I would just get so tired of just opening the package. And it's whatever I bought. Like if I bought a t-shirt, I'd open it and there's a t-shirt. And I'm not mad because I bought it and I got what I bought and what I paid for, but I'm like, big ass multi-millionaire brand, you can't give me nothing else over here. So I was like,
you can make it more of an experience.
Put some stickers in here or something, so I would do it like that. I was like, if you buy something from me, you're gonna get the quality. You're gonna get the thing you ordered, but you're also gonna get something else. And that something else could range. It could be, I've done including stickers with drops in different pieces. I've gone so far as to the shipping box that it comes in. I've gone so far as to do the entire 5 sensory experience.
Wow.
Like that, it came with, it was a sunflower hoodie, and the name of the release was The Tenacity of a Sunflower. And the hoodie itself came with sunflower seeds you could taste. It came with sunflower oil you could smell. It came with the sunflower hoodie that you could touch, really great quality cotton. Replica sunflowers that I put inside the box that you could see. And on the center of the box, when you open it up, there was a button that you would press, and it would play Sunflower by Sway Lee and Post Malone.
Wow, holy shit.
All 5 senses, one box.
That's
one
crazy.
item. So I was like, that's how I want to do it. That's my thing.
That's really out of the box. Like that's, I know there are some companies that go the extra mile beyond giving you the clothing, but like this is like really, it's like you said, you're appealing to every sense, every like just things that people wouldn't think about or they may not realize that they care about in the companies that they buy from.
That's what it is. Like you don't even know that you want these types of things until you get them.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
And so a lot of my first time customers are repeating customers. They're like, what else you got? What else is coming? And by the grace of God, everything I dropped like sells out fairly quickly too. So I've been very, very blessed to start, I guess, a thriving small business in the pandemic and have so much love and support like shown by my friends, my homies, people I don't know from all around, and you know, just watch how it goes. Like to date, I have shipped Get Busy packages. What's the number? I believe it is in the ballpark range of 40,000 miles worth of shipping. I think it might be more, but I forgot the exact number, but it's enough to go to and from China 6 times. Wow. Like, that's how much I've shipped around the globe to people that want to buy stuff.
That's good stuff. Congrats. Salute to that. Salute. That's dope.
All praise to Most High.
That's dope because, you know, you starting something in the pandemic, I feel like everyone was kind of at that point where we're like stuck and we're like, what's next? What can we do? And we start thinking about our passions and things that we can do. And I know a lot of people started a lot of things and they may not have worked out the way they wanted them to or come to fruition in the way that they envisioned it, but for you to see success in something that you started in a very difficult time, it's like, it makes it even more gratifying than if you were to accomplish it, you know, maybe like 2 years prior when the world was normal. Cause like, damn, like I'm stuck in my crib, but something that I made, an idea I came up with in the crib is now touching 40,000 miles worth of the world.
That's love, man.
Yeah.
And like, I always say like, I'm extremely blessed to have did it that way and it still be a thing.
Yeah.
But my thing is, the pandemic, especially when it first started and everybody was like stuck in the house on lockdown, that was the perfect incubator. Like the perfect time for people to start new projects, try new shit. Like, my hat goes off to everybody that tried something in that time.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter if it's still going or not. Like, as long as you try to do something different, like, you know, like, okay, I got some time in my hands. Let's try to make something new. That's amazing to me.
So you've got your hand in a lot of different things. I don't know how you manage it all. And now you're also the creator and the founder of You Had to Be There, pop-up event, party, gaming, QR codes, merch, all that. Talk about, I mean, you going into that makes sense because you like to have these experiential type of things with your clothing. So to take it a step further and just bring people together, it makes sense to me, but I want you to explain kind of what led you from what you're doing to like, all right, I'm about to take it to the next level and start You Had to Be There.
Oh man, so I mentioned that I worked for faculty management under the Live Nation umbrella for about 5 years, and a lot of that time was spent doing pop-ups. I did the Happy Place pop-up, which is like my premier project that I worked on for them, and I would tour with that project literally around the world. We did like, and when I say tour, I don't mean like we're there for a day or two. I'm living in these places for 3 weeks to 5 months.
Sheesh.
So I did like Chicago, like 4 months Chicago, 4 months in Toronto, Boston, Philadelphia, Las Vegas, here in LA when we first started. But then also in Australia, I was there for 3 weeks just before the pandemic happened. And so I was like, man, I'm tired of doing these pop-ups for other people, other companies. I was like, I want to take a chance and do my own thing and do my pop-up. Like I said, take what I've learned and reapply it to something that I created. And so You Had to Be There is like my baby. It's like my child. Like, I was like, man, I've been working on it for 6 months and it's been moving so quickly, we have 2 dates already on the books. We're doing New York City, May 7th.
We there.
May 7th.
We there.
New York City on May 7th, Lower East Side Manhattan at the Mercury Lounge. We got Dick Bayer and Zillion. They're both DJing. A bunch more surprises. But then, really quickly after that, we booked LA, which blew my mind.
Literally the week after.
Literally doubled my workload. So May 14th at Catch One, we're doing You Had to Be There Los Angeles.
Nice.
We've got DJ Rose Gold and Massfield the DJ spinning, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's great to me. I love being able to try to put on an experience for people because my theory when it comes to experiential marketing and experiential activations, pop-ups, is added value.
Yes.
Added value.
Absolutely.
What more can I give you for your dollars? Like people, like you go out, right? You turn up.
I enjoy it from here and there, you know.
Dabble. So you turn up, you go out.
Yeah.
And the typical experience is you drink with your friends,
Yep.
you know, you dance, you listen to music,
Yeah.
what have you. And I was like, what more can I give people for their dollars? So I was like, okay, we're gonna do giveaways.
Yep.
So
We love free stuff.
Every online ticket to these events, too, you had to be there. Either in any city we go to, comes with a raffle ticket, a free one, that you can get signed up for, and you can win giveaway prizes. The giveaway prizes for New York is sponsored and provided by Lambs,
Okay.
which is an art collective on the Lower East Side as well. Really cool dudes. I worked with them on a Big Time Rush pop-up that I did out in New York. But yeah, we got giveaways. We've got merchandise, so event merchandise that you can buy, and it is the sickest merchandise. I can't show it yet, but it's the sickest merchandise, man. It's really good quality, because, you know, if I can make Get Busy great, I was like, man, I can make some fire event merch. So it's like front and back designs. It's puff print, but the puff print also glows in the dark. Really good quality cotton, insane. And then we also have curated drink menus. So, you know, something else added that you can, like, you go there and you order, you know, you get like a, what is it, a vodka tonic or a tequila Red Bull or a, you know, tequila Sprite. I ain't messing with gin, but or a whiskey Coke.
Yeah.
I was like, what can we do to take that further? Like we name the drinks, we add a little flair onto the drinks, and you have like menus at the bars. So that's another added value thing. And then hold on, there's actually something I wanted to show you. Let's see here. So aside from that, here is a little sneak peek at what else we have in store. Just a little sneak peek.
All right.
So this is the autograph board. At the You Had to Be There events, there's going to be an autograph board for everybody to sign, so that you can show everybody that you were there.
Yeah.
You know, look and see who else signed, who any of your friends were there, etc. Then there's also going to be wall installation games.
Okay.
So this here is a magnetic 4-in-1 game that you can play while you're there. It's going to be stuck on the wall, and the rule is the loser of the game has to buy the winner the next round.
Oh,
so it takes the party experience to
a little competitive aspect to it, yeah.
And you know we can't do Connect 4 because you know them niggas will sue. So it is 4 in a row.
Okay,
You had to be there 4 in a row, but you know different magnetic pieces that you use to play the game.
That's dope.
And then this is the aspect that really makes us different, like what makes our party experience different. So we have these interactive QR codes that you can scan to get free things while you're at the party. They'll be hidden, so it's almost like a scavenger hunt.
Right.
Now imagine that you're drinking with your friends, and you know you're drunk, and you know maybe you get bored with the music or the song that you don't want to dance to is on. You're like, okay, what do I do now? There's a scavenger hunt built into the party that you can do with your friends.
That's dope.
Like all around. And what I want you to do is I want you to take out your phone and scan this.
Okay.
This is scannable. This is live right now.
All right.
So scan this QR code.
My temperature is up on my phone right now. I can't even do it.
No worries.
I'm sorry.
No worries. Hopefully. Okay.
Oh,
Thank
Jesus.
God mine got a little life.
Yeah, mine is on
So
fire.
you scan the QR code. I can't even see the damn thing. Scan the QR code. Boom. Takes you to a website. Load for a second. Now read what that says right there.
Winner, free drink ticket. Please see event rep to claim your prize. You had to be there. We love free drink tickets.
Now tell me, you were at a party, you were at an event,
Yeah.
and you can get free stuff.
Just
You
by
get more
scanning a
free-
code.
Just by scanning codes that are hidden and sprinkled around. To me, that's dope. Now look, I don't know if people are also going to think this is dope. I don't know if people are going to use these things. Even if you don't like all of the other added value stuff, it's
Yeah.
still a party.
Yeah.
You can still do the regular party stuff. You
Yeah.
can drink, you can dance, listen to music, whatever. But I was like, if you want to take part in the extra stuff, it's there for you.
Yeah.
And to give people a chance to win free drinks at the party,
Yeah.
I ain't never won no free drink at a party.
I can't think about a time I have either. It's not a thing. So that's dope.
Exactly. So we got giveaways. We have wall installation games. We have interactive QR codes. We have curated drink menus. We have merchandise. My future of success at stake here. So
Yeah.
to me, that just pushes me to make sure this thing doesn't fail.
That's a tough choice, and I know a lot of creators discuss that. You know, I quit my job to make this happen,
Right.
and they make it happen, or I quit my job to make this happen, and they don't make it happen. And there's a lot of fear that goes into it because we're conditioned to be realistic. We're conditioned to think practically, but you don't always want to think practically. You want to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And whether you can make a living off it or not, you do it because you enjoy it.
Right.
So for you, like making that choice, seeing, you know, what you had to be there is getting to and what it's about to be with these events, like how does it feel to have made that decision and then kind of see everything unfolding now?
I think it's all a part of God's plan, man. Like everything happened one after the other when it came to this event. Like it was like boom, that's my job. I was okay. Well, I knew I had this thing kind of like on the back burner, so to speak. But I'm like, okay, let's kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
And as soon as I kicked it up a notch, we got a booking date. Boom, another booking date. We're in talks about going overseas to do London.
Yeah.
Like we have people at Live Nation that are now promoting our event. The people I used to work for, the company I used to work for, now is helping with this event. They're working for our event.
That's amazing.
Which blows my mind.
Yeah.
And I think it just goes to show that, you know, you gotta take a chance.
Yeah.
Take a chance.
You have to.
On anything, on whatever. Go for it.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen is that you fail, but at least you know you tried.
Yeah.
Like this, you had to be there is more so. I don't have anything to prove to anybody else. My resume is stacked.
Yeah.
This is something that I need to prove to myself.
Yeah.
Can I pull this off with this idea that I came up with? You know, in my head about all these interactive ways and new ways to party. You know. Plus, I like party.
You know, don't we all? Don't we all? I'll drink to that.
Hey.
So, you know, even with your willingness to be bold and step out and do your creative endeavors and, you know, seeing the successes of them, like, what are some things that you fear?
I mean, I feel like as much as I take these chances and these risks, like, you know, doing the stand-up comedy major route or doing the You Had to Be There or starting Get Busy Streetwear, like, I don't want to deceive people and say that I'm not afraid of failure. No.
Yeah.
No. Very afraid. Very, very afraid. But I think that's my number one fear is like, man, I hope this thing don't fail. I hope I don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
But I never let that stop me, like ever let that stop me. I think fear of failure is healthy and natural and normal.
Yeah.
And I think failure itself is healthy, natural, and normal. So even if this stuff does fail, it's a lesson.
Yeah.
I take no L's. All my L's, add the rest of the word lesson to them.
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Amen. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my biggest fear, man. That's it. Is that these things don't take off or they don't work out. But I think the bigger part of that lesson in the journey of life is to not let that stop you.
Yeah, simple as that. Talk about making the decision to move out here to Northridge, California, and what you feel like being on the West Coast. Everyone says move to LA. There's opportunity out here in LA. There's so much to do out in LA. So talk about how you feel like that has influenced your creative endeavors and your creative path and how you ended up here ultimately.
So yeah, a lot of folks know I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, born and raised, Naptown 317. You already know. After college, after IU, I lived in Thailand for about 5 months over there, and I was doing a documentary for the Thai royal family in their nonprofit. After I was done with that, I went back to Indy, and I was there for literally 2 weeks, sleeping on my friend's couch, no plan, nothing to do. And I'm like, oh, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. I was like, now that I know that there's so much bigger things available, I gotta do something else.
Yeah.
And the opportunity came along for me to move to Los Angeles, and I've been here ever since. Like it's this.
How many years has it been?
Going on 5. It'll be 5 in November.
Okay.
It'll be 5 in November. And no, it'll be 5 in August. 5 in August. But once I decided to make that move, it's like this city became a flower, and it just opened up to me, like the different opportunities and possibilities, different creatives that I've met. I've met some of the most talented people, not even on some celebrity stuff. Yeah, I've worked with or met celebrities and big artists or groups and creatives since I've been here, but I'm talking more so like people that are working next to you in the trenches, like grinding, like trying to make something of themselves. And it's like nothing else I've ever experienced. Best decision of my life was to move to LA, period.
You feel like you can see yourself here like long term, like permanently,
Oh,
or
no, this is home, bro.
This is home.
This is home, bro. Yeah.
It's like locked in. It's
No,
decided.
yeah, this is home. I mean, I work in touring, so I get a lot of the travel that I would have wanted to do out through work anyway. But LA's home. I can't leave this place. Do you see this weather?
Hey man,
Do you see this weather?
shit, man. I think it's snowing back on the East Coast right now, so I'm considering changing my flight. I might not go back. I don't know. So I hear you.
People have this weird misconception that like LA people are like fake or like whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like it's all about the people you hang around with. The people who are you opening yourself up to?
Exactly.
You know? And there's a lot of genuine people here.
Yeah.
More so than none. More so than not, in my opinion.
So in your 5 years here, what is the most enjoyable eating experience that you have had?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna scale it back. I ain't gonna go upscale. I'm gonna go. Okay, so this is a restaurant called, and I know people gonna give me shit about it, but it's called El Tejano.
El Tejano.
They have different branches or whatever here in the city, but it's a Tex-Mex spot.
Okay.
They have. You heard of carne asada fries?
Yeah.
They have carne asada tater tots, bro. Blew my mind.
So I'm a tater tots over fries guy. So this is appealing to.
Literally in North Hollywood, they have a El Tejano.
Okay.
Carne asada tater tots.
That sounds amazing.
It's like carne asada fries. Take the fries out. Tater
Tots.
tots. Crazy.
With like cheese and stuff too.
Yo, yeah,
like
queso, pico de gallo, guacamole, bro, everything.
I might have to go. I might have to make that
I
move.
say, hey, you know, it's only about 15, 20 minutes from here. This spot.
Man, say less.
But that's one of the good spots.
Yeah.
My favorite brunch spot is called the Waffle.
Okay.
On Hollywood. Of course, I've been to like Roscoe's and stuff. But the Waffle has these mimosas, half bottle of champagne in the mimosa. Half a bottle of champagne in the mimosa. Crazy. Red velvet waffles.
Oof.
Amazing.
Okay. Might have to hit up there too. Shit.
But yeah, no, like food here in LA. I gotta say, I ain't found any chicken spot here that's beating Jordan's back in Indianapolis.
Okay.
I have not found it.
All right. Sounds like he's putting the gauntlet out.
I am.
You LA chicken spots.
I need some. I'm like wing spot. Wing spot. Come on now.
Yeah.
Wing spot. I want to get some chicken behind some bulletproof glass. Like,
you need that.
You know what I mean?
You need that.
It ain't too much up here in the valley, but Jordan's back home in Indy. Crazy. I went back during the holidays, stayed for a couple weeks. I had Jordan's like 9 times, like dead ass. Would go to Jordan's and get the chicken.
Damn.
Delicious.
Okay, well, if I'm ever in Indiana, I guess I gotta pop by
Lemon
there.
pepper. Oh. I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Lemon pepper is special. It's special. So, man, you have so much going on, so much coming up. What's next for Rob Sherrell?
Shit, keeping all these damn projects in the air. Hope I can keep the juggling act. One of the things that's coming up that I've been fielding, I guess, is investment. So some people, a few different people, and a few different groups have come forward and wanted to invest in Get Busy Streetwear.
Okay,
and
nice.
I'm not sure if that's the avenue I want to take, but I do know I want to scale it. I want to make it bigger.
Yeah.
Because at my capacity now, I only do drops like once every couple of months. A capsule collection, so to speak. But I want to drop more frequently. I want to drop more stuff, so that when people go to my website, everything's not sold out. Like I have more stuff coming in regularly. Expand my team. That's next for Get Busy. For you had to be there. Obviously, New York, Mercury Lounge May 7th, and then catch one here in LA, May 14th. And like everything, man, I just kind of want to keep taking things where they've been going. Things aren't going bad.
Yeah.
I can't complain there.
Absolutely.
But I want to work with more creatives like yourself.
Right.
Now I want to give Armon his flowers real quick. He ain't talk the whole interview. Ain't talking nothing about himself. Like,
it's not about me. It's not about me.
Exactly. But I want to connect with more creatives like yourself
Yeah.
that are doing good things in the industry, that are making their type of moves their way.
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
Absolutely.
You're making moves your way.
Yeah.
Like Stay Busy Podcast is not only flourishing, but it's growing.
Yeah.
People are telling me about it now. Like, oh, you heard about what's up on Stay Busy?
dope.
I'm like,
That's dope.
I've listened to this podcast.
It's always a surprise to me. I'm like, damn,
Like,
people
what you
know
know?
about us? Like,
Yeah. But then your music writing as well.
right,
Like,
yeah.
connect with more folks like that.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
Of course.
Yo, one of the dopest music writers. I haven't had a chance to link with him
He's
or
incredible.
meet him, but linking with people like this,
Yeah.
like people that I look up to in the industry and that I see are doing dope creative things.
Yeah.
That's next for Rob.
I love that. I love that. I think as black men who are navigating the creative space, because it's so unpredictable, the things we do are unconventional. We're kind of building something up from scratch rather than jumping into a foundation that's already made.
Right.
I think there's some imposter syndrome that comes with that. It's like you're succeeding and you're like, damn, do I deserve this? Like, oh, I did this? Like, did I really do this? Like, have you ever had those moments where you're experiencing self-doubt or like, do I deserve this moment? Did I just get lucky? Like,
Right.
and kind of ignoring the hard work that you put in?
Yeah, a million percent. Like, I experience imposter syndrome like at least once a week, at least. And it sucks to say that, but it's the truth. Like working in a corporate space for in the creative sector under faculty management. Like, do I deserve to be working with these artists? Do I deserve to be working with these groups and bands? Do I deserve to be on this tour right now?
Yeah.
I would have people that would make me feel like that. There, when you're in these spaces, there are people who are assholes.
Yeah,
They'll be
100%.
like, you don't deserve to be here. And like to have somebody not tell you that to your face, like so outwardly, but for the atmosphere.
Yeah,
to
you just feel like
heavy,
that. You just feel like that. Yeah.
But it's funny enough because that's the theme of my next Get Busy capsule collection is imposter syndrome. And I didn't even tell you that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is imposter syndrome. It's the next collection is called the Imposter Syndrome of the Butterfly. Yeah, and it deals with how people like the I guess thematically the saying for it is you are who you think you are. You know that Drake line at the end of what was it Paris Morton Pound Cake?
You know it's real when you are who you think you
know
are.
it's real when
Yes,
you are
sir.
who you think you are.
Yes,
Exactly.
sir.
But yeah, bro, imposter syndrome, it is very real. So many of us are afflicted and affected by it.
Yeah.
And you just need these constant affirmations and daily reminders that you are who you think you are. You put the work in. You deserve the accolades. You deserve the praise. That doesn't mean stop. That doesn't mean stop the progress or the growth. But take some time, reflect on who you are, where you've come from, and how far you've come, and then keep it pushing.
Absolutely. So I always like to ask people, because I always like to ask people if they could go back, would they do anything else? Because you get a lot of interesting answers where people are like, nah, man, like, I wouldn't change my journey for what it was because I'm where I am now, so everything was meant to happen the way it was. And half of me agrees with that, but also I'm a human. I overthink things. Regret is natural. So like there are a few key moments in my life where I'd be like, yeah, I'm happy with where I am now, but I could have probably done that differently, or I wish that happened differently. Do you have any of those moments for yourself where you're like, hey, I'm winning right now. Shit is good, but if I could have done this differently, I would have done it differently.
Oh man. Now I don't have a lot of regrets, or not regrets, just things I would do differently.
Yeah.
Because I feel like shit's going pretty decent now. However, most of my I wish I did this differently is money or financially. I was blowing money here, blowing money there. But I was a very, very, very early investor in Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah?
Very early investor in Bitcoin, and sold it. I want to say I sold it maybe in like 2012, 2013. I was a very early investor in Bitcoin, and I think I spent it on a pizza or something. I feel like maybe it was a pizza that I spent it on, and it was like it was a new thing. And I was like, hey, you want to purchase this pizza with Bitcoin? Yeah, I spent like maybe 2 or 3 Bitcoins on a pizza.
Wow.
Do you know? Do you know? Oh man, so yeah, sold it all, but thinking like that money that I would have now if I did do it differently, I would be able to reinvest in my projects. I hate having to go to people for investments.
Yeah.
I haven't needed any yet, but that type of stuff, like I would like to do that differently. Like save more money to put towards my projects. If I'd have known where I'd be now with all these independent things going on, I'd have been like, okay, I have enough saved up to really scale all this stuff the way I want to.
I feel that. Yeah, and it's good. It's good to like keep it real with that because we can affirm ourselves. We can, love ourselves and say all this great stuff about ourselves. But you gotta acknowledge those moments where you might have not have made the best choice.
Some mistakes.
But it empowers how you move forward. Like that's why taking an L can become a lesson. If you focus on the fact you lost, you're missing the plot. If you focus on how you lost and you don't do what you did when you lost moving forward, then it's all good.
Preach, my brother.
So
Preach.
completely feel that. Well, man, you've promoted yourself. We've talked about Van Buren. We've talked about Get Busy. We've talked about You Had to Be There. I'm excited for May 7th. I'm pulling up. Stay Busy will be in the building, man.
It's gonna be
If
live.
there's anything we can do to support the event, let us know. We'll promote on our pages. Anything. Well, you said it's sold out, so this.
No, it ain't sold out. We
Okay, got it.
We still got some
Okay,
tickets on
cool.
sale,
Yeah. So we'll promote for you for sure. Is there any last thing that you want to say to our listeners, promote to our listeners? Anything?
I'm a huge give them their flowers type of person.
Yeah.
And I like to end my interviews with just like a shout out section, kind of like Kanye did.
Right.
You know, kind of like Kanye did. I forgot on what track he was like. It's like, oh, it was on maybe 30 hours or Fade. It was something on
I think it was
Life
30.
of
I
Pablo.
think it was 30 hours.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out my boy Casey. A dope creative all around. He's a dope comedian, designer. Shout out my brother James, mad talented. His latest single that he's developing is crazy. Proud of you, bro. Shout out Nyla, Cloud9, and Semi. Face to Face, they throw Face to Face. Pretty much, in my opinion, the best party in Los Angeles. Shout out to y'all. Shout out Bob Michelangelo. We've connected, my boy. We gonna keep working on what we're working on. But I've been seeing the moves you're making. My homie Grant, who just started his one-of-one line. Amazing shit, amazing quality stuff. You know, I can't name everybody, especially off the top of my head, but you know, I gotta shout somebody out. I gotta shout some people out. I love y'all. If anybody's been supporting me up to this point, it's appreciated. You'll never know how much, but it's appreciated.
Amazing. Well, brother, congrats on everything that you're doing. Thank you again for inviting us to your beautiful home.
Now we gotta jump in the pool.
Yeah, we do, honestly. I wish I had some trunks or something. Hey, this is Stay Busy West Coast edition. Here with my guy, Rob Just Joking, aka Rob Sherrell. Make sure you pull up to You Had to Be There. We will be promoting that. Make sure you cop your Get Busy Streetwear. Make sure you stream Van Buren Records, all their music. I can attest to it. It is very, very good. But most importantly, we want you to stay safe, stay humble, and stay busy.
Baby girl, how you feeling? I've been out in the world, staying busy. Taking time, getting right if you miss me. I've been out in the world, staying busy.
Mondays 9 a.m. Party with the gang. Every week, tell a friend. Busy over everything. Busy boys, gotta call now. Ain't you heard? Got the vibes. They put you on. Got the slides. I'm the size. Running down.